Hello again. Let's go for next game here. Magnus Carlsen against Veselin Topalov. And these server analysis here, it's made by the new Stockfish 17. This one is still Stockfish 16, but these lines here are made by Stockfish 17. I saw that when I pressed the request computer analysis here, and we are still at the Nanjing Peer Spring Tournament here, and we're looking at Magnus against Topalov. Magnus always used to beat Topalov, it feels like, but it used to be nice games because Topalov is an uncompromising player, and Magnus plays a move that Svidler also has a course on chess 24 that I have read. It's 66 in the Spanish. It was a very popular for a while. So let's see how Magnus treats this. It's a way to get out of the main lines here. So now after d6, obviously black threatens to take the bishop. So white has to play a3 or a4. Both are possible. Magnus shows a4. Then 92. White wants to play slower, like slower maneuvering game before he goes c3 and d4. And the reason for that is that he wants to get out of these the very complicated games in the what's called the Marshall Gambit. That's why he's playing a more slow game here. So apparently Topalov tries to trade rooks. I don't know any more theory here, but it seems like they're playing relatively normal moves here. Spanish is very popular at the top level just because there is so many moves. You see, all moves is like 0.2. Like, it's so many possibilities for both sides that it's basically impossible to remember everything. So it becomes chess games basically, because there is so many moves that are so similar that basically even the best grandmasters doesn't have memory to memorize everything, so they just play themselves here. That's why it's a popular move. And here we see something that Magnus does. He plays according to this Russian saying that the worst bishop, this one is the worst bishop here, it's like every pawn is here, the worst bishop is better than the best knight. So he tries to take that bishop because the worst bishop is better than the best knight, of course. And the computer seems to agree. It likes this for white. White has a slight advantage now because of that. Okay, f4 is a signal to start the attack here. And now computer does not like bishop g4. I guess it's because there is a risk that white will play f5 later and traps it, and we see that, as we see here in the game, that black plays bishop g4, queen d3, and he has to take because f5 and trapping the bishop is a threat. So computer likes c5 better. White should do so. Take back, and I guess I want to take. Actually, I thought often that you kind of want to do f5, but the computer doesn't like that. Maybe in this position it's not. I thought maybe, well, if I were playing white, this would be the first idea. Maybe knight g5, and maybe try to exchange, maybe get some attack here, or maybe run with the g pawn. But it's apparently not so good. Correct is to take. And now it's not correct to take here. It's better to take with the knight here. And then here, because of the fork, you have to take here. Yeah, white won a pawn, but he has this tactic here. Now it threatens like this. You have to go here, I guess. Yeah, long line, but something like this is what it's one line how it could become. So, and in that position it looked like black had fine chances here, but instead he made his move and white played queen d3, and now he doesn't have to take it. Yeah, maybe this f5 my just forget everything I said about f5. It was just me thinking, but of course don't trust me, trust the computer. So but it's yeah, Topalov took there anyway, and this is a big mistake here. He goes here to threaten here, but it was never a threat actually to take it. So correct here would have been to play h3. Take it. This one looks good for black. For white, of course, it's bishop pair for basically nothing. Like it's almost winning here. Why did he go there? Why didn't he go like here? Okay, it's because this threat is too strong. This is too strong. This play bishop takes h6 is a threat. Yeah, of course this is not so important, this pawn here. So it was not necessary to do that one, but the reason why it was not so good was that apparently black could have done this one. But what happened if you take here, sack? Yeah, this is strange. I don't really understand how black can have enough play here. Like yeah, I trust the computer, but like looks better for white. But yeah, maybe this. Yeah, it's strong. Apparently, 2 knights and a rook. It's white's king is in great danger here. Apparently, what about this then? So white, the computer likes something like this. It's still this. That's actually interesting stuff here by the computer. Black seems to have, or black has a quality here because white's king it's just hard to get out, and this knight is very strong. It reminds a little bit about that game. Did you see the famous game Panzer Niemann, where Hans, the opponent had a queen and a rook, and Hans has knight and rook, and like of course it's 4 points. Knight and pawn is 4 points, and queen is 9. So white should be winning, and white is also, he's not like a grandmaster or anything, but it's still an international master. Still a fine player, but Hans just played down him very easily with knight and a pawn because, chess speaks for itself, as Hans says. So it's a little bit like this when he has like such a strong knight that dominates the opponent's king and queen. This reminds me a little bit of that game. You should look at it if you haven't seen it. It's Hans Niemann's most famous game. And after that, people were like Magnus, and they were like, "What? How could Hans win? Like with just a knight for a queen? Something must be fishy." Like, but that's another story. So let's continue here. So black did c5. Didn't see this queen sack here with bishop f5, and now it's too late. Now white is in control here when black didn't see that queen sack. because it's just white has the center, we have this strong bishop that has no opponent. Okay, so black tried to sack here. Of course, this is not very fun. It's just worse position and pawn down for nothing. So it's probably correct to try to exchange, get something. Yeah, if he takes, yeah, some drawing chances for black here. It's rook for 2 bishop. Should be win for white, but maybe some drawing chances. The computer likes to play like this. And then use this move. I don't get it. Like, what? Ah, I see. And then e5. It's e5. e5. He's winning like this. Okay, that would have been a nice... Like, it's logical to take here to destroy the king side, but these follow, like... Yeah, I guess it's still e5. If he goes back, then it's e5 winning. You have to see this thing, because he can't... He can't even run, cannot hide and can't even run. So it's mating here. Yeah, that's nice. Nice exchange sacrifice by the computer. White Magnus prepares it with rook king h2. It must have been that he has seen this ID, but he doesn't want to get that check here. So, for example, but now black sees that and he moves the knight. But this doesn't seem to work very much. Okay, so he also had a chance to take like this now and play. Okay, and then knight h5 is winning. Next move, if it takes, it's checkmate here somewhere, somehow. And this is like standard checkmate pattern that every player should know. But the e5 does also seem to win. Yeah, now I remembered, it's this queen sack here. This is a very nice queen sack by Magnus. He plays this and it looks good for black, because if white move the queen, maybe can move the bishop and worse is over, but Magnus takes here. And now when he takes the queen here, this has to go here. And white gets 2 bishops and a rook for the queen, so it's easily won here. So yeah, very nice game by Magnus. It's so strange how Magnus, how does he do it every single time? Of course Topalov shouldn't have allowed this one, because the worst bishop is better than the best knight, but still, like, just a few moves here. So now when he didn't see this, when he didn't see the queen sack here, then it was just over. Yeah. So that's, yeah, it's mysterious how Magnus can be so good. Okay, see you next game here.